Today I want to talk a little bit about dream characters. Hey guys, welcome back to Tipharot. It's me Matt here, and today I want to discuss dream characters. We run into them in all of our dreams. Actual characters that are there in the dream and that interact with us in different ways. So what are dream characters? Well, dream characters, appear to be like real people in your dreams, except they're actually products of your subconscious. This is important to bear in mind with regards to dream control and regards to controlling dream characters, because your subconscious beliefs once again apply there. So what you subconsciously believe about a certain person may affect the level of control that you have over them. You may actually find that it is a lot harder to, say, control authority figures like, say, a police officer or someone that you respect a lot than it is to control some random stranger in a dream. And that is just because of your subconscious beliefs about these sorts of people. Another thing to keep in mind is that because of your subconscious beliefs, they may interact with you in different ways. So if you have a subconscious belief that you're not supposed to tell dream characters that they're dreaming or whatever, you may find that if you do that, that they react to you in a negative way. They get angry at you, or they stare at you, or they chase you or something. You also may find that if you're naturally scared of the dream characters because you don't know what they are, you don't understand them, that the same thing happens. So basically your beliefs about them are important. And you should take on the belief that in your dreams, you are the one in charge, that all of them are, subordinate to you, they have no power over you, and you have complete power over all of them, there is no authority higher than you in your own dreams. By taking this attitude, you won't get pesky problems like having a dream character interrupt what you're doing when you're actually, trying to fly somewhere, then grabbing your leg and pulling you down or something like that. That sort of thing can happen. A lot of people try to do something in a lucid dream and they find the dream characters themselves are the main obstacle to what they're trying to do. And that is just because of those beliefs they have surrounding them. If you don't believe that these dream characters can influence your dreams in a negative way or can stop you from doing what you want to do, then they're not going to cause that problem. So what about conversations with dream characters? What are those like? Well, you may find that when you actually try to have a conversation with a dream character, all you get is gibberish in response, or sometimes they don't even say anything. And that is once again because of your subconscious beliefs. You see, it is your mind producing them, and so sometimes your mind simply won't be able to produce a relevant response. So if you expect someone to act like a completely normal human being in a dream, one of these dream characters, you might be a little bit disappointed. However, sometimes you will have these genuine, natural seeming conversations, and it all depends on your mindset. So if you're relaxed, very comfortable, very lucid, and you expect to get a decent conversation from this person, then you may find that that's what you get. Whereas if you're kind of half lucid, not particularly relaxed and so on, then you might find that that's not the case. So how can you spawn a dream character if you're interested in making one appear? Well, there are several ways to get a dream character to appear. One of them is to go to the normal place where you encounter that sort of dream character. So if it's someone you know, go to their house. If it's, say a particular profession, then go to a place where that person would work. Another way is to use the conversation trick that I use. Basically what I'll do is I'll treat it as if I'm already having a conversation with this character, as if they're already there. So I will just make a barrier between myself and them, because if you don't already know this, it's very hard to actually say spawn something in front of your eyes in a dream. It's a lot easier to spawn it out of sight somewhere. So by having some kind of vision barrier between you and the thing that you want to produce or spawn, you actually make it more likely to happen. So what I do is I imagine that this person is in the next room to me, and I don't look in that room or anything, I just imagine they're there, and I act as if I've been having a conversation with them already. So I will just speak to them as if we've already been in a conversation for ages, and I'll just be like, yeah, so what were you saying about that? Oh right, and I'll use their name and everything if it's someone that has a name. If not, then I will use their title. So for example, if I want to spawn someone of a particular job, then I will say that job title and so on. And I will reference it in the conversation, and I will just keep talking as if they're there until I get a response. And you'll find that if you keep doing this, you suddenly get them actually reply to you. And when they reply to you, because of the fact that they've replied to you from that room, your brain just automatically expects them to be in that room. So all you have to do at that point is just walk into the room and they should be there. This is such a powerful technique that it is by far my favourite way to spawn characters. It is probably the easiest for me. Another way that you can actually use conversation to your advantage is if you're in like a crowd of people, say you're like at a shopping centre or out in the middle of public and there are just lots of people walking around, then what you can do is when you see someone who's facing away from you, they have to be facing away from you so you can't see their face. someone who vaguely resembles the person that you want to actually spawn, then what you can do is you can tap them on the shoulder and say, for example, the name or the title of the person that you want to spawn, and just expect it to be them. And then when they turn around, a lot of the time it will be them. Another one that you can use is just imagining that they're standing behind you and just turn around and hope that they're there. The disadvantage of this is it has a lower success rate, but the advantage is that it's so quick and easy to perform that if it doesn't work the first time, you can just do it again and again and again until it does. Another interesting aspect of dream characters is that because they reflect your subconscious, you can ask them questions and ask your subconscious questions. So as long as you expect them to actually give you a proper answer, to actually be your subconscious replying to you, then that is what will happen. Now if you just go up and ask a random character a question about yourself or whatever, you may find that you don't get the right answer that you want. But if you say like, hey, subconscious, I want an answer here, and you approach a person and you ask them something, you usually get a good answer. So as well as behaving a little bit weirdly in conversations, dream characters also have some other interesting quirks. So for example, if you tell one that they're dreaming, they react in a really weird way a lot of the time. Like all the dream characters will just suddenly stare at you in a menacing way, or like they will just basically shut down, or like they've had a malfunction or something like that. They just won't be able to process it and they will just stand there like staring at you blankly. Or sometimes, they will just react like a real person would and just laugh it off and think that you're crazy. Then there's another one that is quite interesting, and that is the faces of dream characters. Now I don't know if it's the same for everyone, but I've noticed that the faces of dream characters can sometimes shift. Not necessarily while you're looking at them, but they shift a lot of the time when you look away or look back. So sometimes you'll have a dream character that is like, say, someone that you know, and their face just won't look quite right because little bits of it are shifting all of the time. Another thing to note about dream characters is that how you actually interact with them in a dream can reflect how you feel about a certain person in the real world. So if a dream character of someone that you know in a dream is always angry or is always upset or something like that, then that could reflect something that's going on in your subconscious with regards to that person. You may feel a certain way deep down about that person that is making them act in a certain way in your dreams. So take note of that. If you're getting negative experiences with a particular dream character that is someone that you know, then you may want to look at what's causing that in the real world. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and got something useful out of it. If you did, remember to subscribe up there for more. And if you haven't already, then check out my Patreon page. It's available to everyone, whether you want to support the channel or not. I post blog posts there and so on, so check that out. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.